You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Minor Family Dentistry. Minor Family Dentistry would like to bring you the following dental health tip. It's recommended to have a dental checkup no later than your child's first birthday. An adult should brush for a young child and monitor older children's brushing to ensure a good job is done. Flossing should start when teeth are touching. Minor Family Dentistry wishes you good dental health. Families, including children of all ages, are welcome. Minor Family Dentistry, 1010 Downing and Hayes. Find them in the Next Tech directory.
Hello and welcome to You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. My name is Dana Stanton and I'm the coordinator of the West Central Kansas Smart Start Grant. And with me today is Joan Dunn. Joan is with the Parents as Teachers program. And to my left we also have Dana Schmidt, who works for Parents as Teachers, and Brenda Lindenberger. And while Joan and I are talking, Dana is going to show us the proper way to have a parent-educator home visit, a home visit. And I should mention our parent today is Brenda Lindenberger and her son Kobe, who she has told us is going to be the world's youngest monster truck driver. So he has a lot to work up to. So Joan, thank you for being with us today.
Glad to be here, Dana.
Now, first of all, tell us a little bit more about the PATHS program. What does PATHS stand for?
PATHS is actually 2 early childhood programs, Parents as Teachers and Early Head Start. And of course, these programs are for families with children from birth to age 3 and also pregnant women. It is a free volunteer program, and those first 3 years of life are so important in the child's development that's why we focus on those first 3 years.
So what is the purpose of the PATHS program?
Our mission statement kind of sums it up, that PATHS is recognizes that parents are the first and most influential teachers of their children. And so our mission is to provide parents with the information so that they can get those children off to the best start and lay the foundation for their future development and on future schooling.
Now, what are the 4 major components of the PATHS program?
The biggest one is called the home visit, and what we're trying to demonstrate here is when one of my staff goes to the home, sets up the home visit with the families individually, individualizes the lesson plan to the age of the child, and then shares parenting information and child development information during the home visit. We also have an annual developmental screening. We do group meetings and socializations, and then our 4th component is as a resource for different other early childhood programs and resources in the community.
So what typically, we're kind of watching, but could you tell us what typically happens at a home visit?
Okay, we do use the Born to Learn curriculum, which was developed by the University of Missouri School of Medicine and a lot of neuroscientists. And this curriculum just really lays the foundation for future learning. At a typical home visit, the parent educator will bring an activity, usually something that can be easily duplicated in the home, and also explain the importance of that activity. It has a strong focus on literacy development, so reading and singing to your children are always emphasized. We usually always have a book at the home visit. And so during that time, sharing of information, observing what the child is doing, answering parent questions or concerns, those are all involved in the home visit.
So what kind of information do you share with the families during the home visit?
For instance, the lesson plan that Dana is doing today is the 4-month visit, which focuses on shared attention. And that's the shared attention between the child and the parent. And I believe the activity may include like a pat mat or, just some type of activity that the child and parent can continue to do over the next month. And like with shared attention, you're focusing on social emotional development, that parent-child bond, which is essential in those first months of life to develop, as well as, talking to the child, which includes the language. So we're going to look at intellectual, social emotional, language, and motor development.
So the activities will change as the child gets older. Is that correct?
That is definitely true, and they're individualized. So if a child would be premature, we would adapt the activity to what the child's level is. So it doesn't make any difference whether you have a typically developing child. If there are any delays or concerns, the Parents as Teachers program curriculum can be adapted to those needs.
Now, you mentioned earlier the annual developmental screening. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
This is one of the requirements of both the Early Head Start and Parents as Teachers program. The annual screening includes a health questionnaire, and that will cover immunizations, sleep, use of car seats, all kinds of health issues. It also has a functional vision and hearing screening, and then we use the tool called the Ages and Stages questionnaire, and that questionnaire is 5 areas of development, 6 questions in each one, and it's very parent-led so that the parents who know the child best can help explain what the child is doing. It's plotted out, and then those results are shared with the family. If a delay or concern is detected, then we can make a referral for a comprehensive evaluation with one of our partnering Tiny K providers.
Wonderful. Now, what kind of activities? I know you have group meetings and play groups and things like that. What kind of things go on in those activities?
The group meetings, in order to meet that qualification, have to have some educational component. Probably our biggest and most successful group meeting is our Go Truck Go, which we do each spring. We will have our 10th Go Truck Go, and of course the main focus there is all kinds of safety issues. So that's one of our big ones. We also do a swap. Swap is like a free garage sale, but we also have usually Carla Moracle Frederick King from the Extension Office will bring information with healthy snacks or different types of information along that line. We partner with a lot of other agencies in the community, and so there are the Thank Goodness It's Family Night Out, which is once a month at the Family Center for Life Experiences. We have Daddy and Me. This is not only for daddies, but the whole family and the male initiative and the father figures in the lives. And we have one of those this Saturday. And usually they're on a Saturday, so the whole family can attend. In January, we will be going to Fort Hays and meeting some of the cheerleaders and hanging out with the players. So that's always a popular one. And then we also have a young adult support group, which is geared for those parents, usually about age 22 or younger.
Okay. Well, there's lots of activities now. If someone wants to enroll or become involved with Parents as Teachers, could you tell us real quickly what they would do?
Okay. Well, first of all, you may have noticed flyers or brochures around the community, but the easiest way would just be to call our number. The local number is 623-2440, and our toll-free number is 866-258-3250. We do have a waiting list, so if you just found out you're pregnant, you better get on that list now.
Wonderful, Joan. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you to Dana, Brenda, and Kobe. You've been watching You and Your Young Child, a program devoted to early childhood. And remember, like Joan said, parents, you are your children's first and best teacher. Thank you.
Thanks for watching You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You can watch the program weekdays in the noon and 9 o'clock hours. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Minor Family Dentistry.